watch. They're unmuted now. Oh. I didn't realize you were unmuted. He never tells me this. No.
You're supposed to watch the screen, honey.
Oh, because hi everybody.
Hi.
I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And welcome to Sunday Nights with Jean-Luc and Nick. And guess what? We're not watching the Super Bowl.
Is that the one where they yell hole in one or four?
I don't remember.
Or is that the one with the hockey sticks?
Our Super Bowl is called RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, and then we got Seba, our third co-host here tonight, joining us on the scratch post.
Oh.
We have an amazing guest for you guys tonight, Jennifer Wood. We'll actually bring her up shortly. We just wanted to first talk to you guys a bit about last few days.
Yes,
and catch you guys up.
A busy bees. We've had a fantastic weekend. Actually, it all started off this weekend. Our lovely friend, you all know Antonetta. Of course, not only our lovely friend, but a coworker of ours. We work for her with a body. Yep. And then our amazing friend and her husband from BC, Matilda and Dennis, were down for this week. And they wanted to come spend some time with us because we met Dennis virtually and we never got to meet him in person. And we finally got to meet him in person. And what's really weird is when you meet someone in person for the first time after seeing him in the little Zoom box.
It's like when I met Lynn Bordage the first time.
Lynn Bordage for the first time. We're like, how?
Or Kieran.
Yeah, Kieran, tall. Well, he's my height. I thought he was taller than I was. And I was like, we were like short. Looking at each other right in the eye. I just assume everyone I meet from online will be taller than me. Most people, yes. Not all. Most. You're average height, though.
I'm short. I'm at your glasses.
Yeah, but you're not short. You're average height. But it was a great weekend. So they came in on Friday. We had some amazing Swiss chalet with them, and they wanted to go see Niagara Falls. So we brought them to Niagara Falls. Our trip to Niagara Falls, 2 hours of shopping and 30 minutes at the falls.
That's the way to do it. It was really cold, though.
It was very
so cold. And we also weighed in yesterday. We kind of wanted to talk about our weigh-in. We've been using our Shape scale. For those of you wondering, we're actually not we're just promoting the product because we love it. We love it. We're actually helping them establish in Canada because we think it's an amazing product. So we do have a coupon code. So if anybody's interested, let us know. We'll send you the code. It's actually just Jean-Luc and Nick, and you can actually get a 1-year subscription to the scale
for the price of 6 months.
For the price of 6 months. So if you want to try it out, let us know. And the reason why I'm talking about it today is because we were practicing coaching today, and a kind of revelation came to us in terms of what the scale has brought to us in the last little while.
And for those of you just a Coles Note version, it is a color-coded scale. There's 4 colors that are offered on that you get on this scale: gray, green, blue, teal, and blue. And you got no number. They do not associate a number to your weight.
So when you weigh in, it shows you on average, what are you doing with your weight? Are you
trending at a maintenance goal? Are you trending at a losing rate? Are you trending at a real losing weight, or are you at a gaining zone?
Exactly.
That's all you know. And it's really helped us, actually.
Yeah, it's helped us. We've actually been using it since January 1st.
44 days as of today, if I'm not mistaken.
My last 9 days or so have been green.
Yep.
Which means that I've been maintaining. And so the other scale that we've been using, the number scale, we've also been weighing in with both to show you guys, the differences in both. And so the last few weeks, I've actually been gaining weight. 3 weeks ago, I didn't do anything. 2 weeks ago, I gained 2 pounds or 0.9. I gained another 0.7. And the scale kept going up. Old Nick would see that number, get discouraged and say, what I'm doing isn't working.
Wrong.
Throw in the towel, start eating like a pig again, and then the weight would just come back on and nothing would happen. Because the Shape-A has been telling me that I've been green this entire time, it's actually made me say, okay, I'm maintaining right now. It's okay if the scale is going up slightly. And what happened is this week, I dropped 3.3 pounds. So I just want to make sure you all realize in your own journeys, don't stop because the number on your scale is up 1 week and up the next second week, up a third week. Sometimes your body is in flux. Things are changing. You're maybe building muscle. Maybe you're retaining water. Maybe you have a traffic jam, like I like to call it.
There's several reasons for it. And to allow yourself to be discouraged for one time on the scale is not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Don't let those moments discourage you, because you know what? You might get discouraged way too many times through the journey. And the journey is way much more than that number. That number only gives you temporary happiness.
Exactly.
Because every other part of your journey is what brings you happiness. When your clothes fits better, when you feel better about yourself, when you're feeling comfortable in your own skin, that means so much more than a number on a scale. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to now get off of our soap dish.
Yes.
Our soap dish. We're on a little plate.
Yeah,
we're going to get off our teacup.
Yes.
I mean, our soap box about the scale. And so it was a wonderful weekend. Antonetta and they all left this afternoon. We had some lovely coaching sessions this afternoon, which we're really enjoying. We actually got to meet up with one of our cohorts, one of the other students, peer, a cohort, a peer in the class, and we spoke to her for a couple hours.
Is that what cohort means? I thought cohort meant something completely different.
Peer,
learning something new today. I had no clue that's what it meant.
Yeah. So, and it was great. It was really good. And then now we have the lovely pleasure of introducing all of you to a new fabulous friend of ours. And actually, she's a friend of my good friend, Pam. A lot of you all know Pam, Pamela Birchall, who is an interpreter, and Pam and Jennifer know each other. Sorry. And when Pam reached out to me and said, you know what, maybe you guys should talk to Jen. Jen's like got this whole hypnosis type stuff going on. And I was like, I love it. Let's meet her. Let's talk to her. Let's find out.
And we had an amazing conversation with her.
For about a good hour.
We actually met with her just to talk about what she does and how it would work with our show. And it was like, you do exactly what people need to hear.
Yeah.
So let's bring her up. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
How you doing?
We're great. How are you?
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for agreeing, especially on Super Bowl, because you know a lot of people are probably like Super Bowl. I'm
not gonna lie, we didn't even realize it was Super Bowl Sunday
until like 2 days ago.
We booked this with you, so we apologize if you're a Super Bowl fan, Jen.
But the show is on YouTube, so for those of you watching Super Bowl now, if you can't watch it now, you'll be able to watch it later.
You're just missing the best halftime show ever,
exactly,
which is us.
3, 2, 1. So Jennifer, first let's just introduce yourself. Talk about your own journey, how you got here with us today.
Oh, well, the journey. So when I was young, I saw my very first hypnosis show with a stage hypnotist, a comedy hypnotist. And even when I was young, I was hooked. I thought it was pretty fascinating, so much so that I went to school and did a science project on it, which I think I failed because back then we didn't have the internet and there was very little information about hypnosis. But fast forward a whole bunch of years, I went into corporate work, loved it, but there was always that piece missing. I was a helper. I like to help people better their lives. And so I got back into hypnosis again, more on a professional level. And I opened up my clinic in 2018 where I was helping people quit smoking and lose weight and manage their anxiety, fears, phobias, that kind of stuff. And it blossomed into something so wonderful and so much bigger than what I had expected. And it was wonderful. That's the Coles notes anyways. I don't know.
I love it. We'll dive more deep into that because we have questions, follow-up questions. But by the way, tonight's word of water is hypnosis.
The water word.
So every time.
And she said it a few times there. So I think everybody owes like four sips.
So make sure you take a sip every time the word hypnosis happens this evening.
Damn it.
And so, Jennifer, my first question to you is, what is hypnosis? Like, what is it? Because to me, it's all the this, and then you're going to quack like a chicken,
talking to your phone. They made me, I thought I was Captain Jean-Luc Picard from the Star Trek Enterprise once, apparently. I don't really remember.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You have been hypnotized before.
I have been. Yes, I have been.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. So hypnosis is a natural state. It's a natural process that we go through all the time. Most people are usually shocked to find out that they spend a good portion of their day in a trance state, in hypnosis. We go through hypnosis every morning when we wake up, and we have to go through it when we fall asleep at night, so at least twice a day. You go into that hypnosis state every time you drive your vehicle. Have you ever gotten to your destination?
How did I get there? I was going to ask that question. I was like, so you mean when I get there and I go, how did I get here? I was in that was a hypnotic state?
That was a hypnotic state. Yes. So when you first got your driver's license when you were young, you were very consciously driving your car. You were paying attention to how much pressure you were putting on the pedal. You were rhythmically looking through your mirrors. You were aware of everything around you. But you don't do that anymore. Now you're off thinking about what's for dinner or what's going on in your life, or you're kind of off in other thoughts, or, earbuds in your phone, talking on the phone, or listening. Certainly not consciously driving anymore. So sometimes you'll get through that light and you think to yourself, it was green, right? That was green.
You're like, I'm hoping until the sirens come up behind you and you're like,
I guess it
crap.
wasn't.
Sorry to interrupt, but Jennifer, we're having complaints about your mic. Maybe you could bring it a little bit closer. We're having trouble hearing you.
Absolutely. How's this?
Oh, that's a little bit better.
Is that a little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to
Awesome.
make sure you can hear me okay.
Yeah, we can, but they're out there in different areas, so we can hear you. So, but thank you, Kim.
You've already got some accolades going on in Facebook over here, Jennifer. Someone by the name of Tony Lacey is saying Wellness Canada is an amazing school. Jennifer is a phenomenal teacher. So it's awesome. It's already great to hear people knowing about Wellness Canada and everything.
Oh, thank you, Tony. That's wonderful. We are always in hypnosis throughout our day. So highway hypnosis is just one very short example, but we go into trance when we're watching television. If you've ever had a emotional reaction based on something that you've seen, either something that scares you on television, or if you've ever had like a sad emotional reaction from something that you saw, when you read, you go into a trance states. A lot of people find it very difficult when they end a really good book and they were so invested in the storyline, they felt the emotions, they were involved in the characters, and that in itself is a trance state. So this is something that we go in and out of all day long, very commonly. And when we do it in a clinical setting, it's much different because, well, it's very much the same, but we just use it to our advantage, because when we go into a hypnotic state, your subconscious mind can even better accept suggestions. So that allows kind of that when somebody comes in and they want to quit smoking and they have that push-pull where their conscious mind says, I want to quit smoking, but their subconscious mind says, no, we like to smoke. We want to have another cigarette. And there's that little tussle that happens inside of our minds. What we do is it just helps you kind of get everything working together, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So you said something that really clicked for me. And so you're saying when you're listening or reading a book, is it the same thing for movies? Like, I feel like when I watch a scary movie, I feel like I'm the character in the movie being chased down the street with a knife. And so that's why I don't watch scary movies, because I get so scared that I can't sleep for days, honey.
It is.
Okay.
Yep. Television, books, daydreaming is a form of hypnosis.
Wow.
Anytime that you kind of go into a very relaxed and very focused state.
So I have another question for you. So as you're meditating, then you can then go into a state of hypnosis then if you are deep meditation.
That's right. Hypnosis and meditation are very much brother and sister.
Okay.
So meditation is more of the art of clearing your mind and just letting thoughts pass by you. Hypnosis is definitely more goal focused. So we're going to actually focus on the outcome that we're looking to achieve, so we can see ourselves at that final, end goal process. So if it's losing weight, we want to see what we look like, how we feel, look at yourself in the mirror, look at what you're wearing, really going into the details and letting the subconscious mind see all of that so it can chase that goal that much quicker and really work with you on the process instead of against you.
So my next question, I look at all of these questions are just like all of a sudden I have so many coming into my head. My next question for you then would be, is it better to be hypnotized by someone, or is someone able to do it to themselves then?
Oh, self-hypnosis is very good. I think everyone should learn how to do it. We make it, actually, that's our number one goal when we have clients come into the office. So we will do hypnosis with our clients and help them achieve the goal, but we want you to go home learning how to do it yourself. So
cool.
We teach everybody who comes through the door how to do it. So self-hypnosis is very much as successful as doing it with someone. And you can absolutely learn how to do that yourself.
But would there be more benefits to doing it with a person other versus doing it with yourself? Like, just out of curiosity.
More benefits. I think if you're working with a clinician who is more qualified and skilled to kind of go a little bit deper, perhaps, yes. But your brain listens to you first and foremost. So if you know what you're doing, and as long as you can even, once you kind of learn the process, you can even record your own recordings and listen to them back to yourself. It's
That'd
just
be weird.
Wow.
Falling asleep listening to myself. Hello,
Yes.
Nick.
Wow.
How are you doing, Nick?
Yeah, I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I see Kim's has her hand raised there.
Yeah.
So Kim,
Hi, Kim.
is there a
Yeah,
question?
and there is a question in chat from Michelle wanting to know, she got hypnosis twice to try and stop smoking, but it didn't work. Do you know the reason why?
So there could be a lot of reasons why. So just let's start with some basic stuff. She could have been very, and I'm not saying this is the case for her, but sometimes clients come in very distracted and they have other things that are going on in their lives. Sometimes maybe you didn't get a really good night's sleep the night before. Maybe you didn't have a rapport with the person that you were working with. But 90% of the time, when someone comes for any type of change work, they have to want it. And again, not saying that she didn't, but you really have to be prepared to do the thing. And so, for example, if someone were to come into the office and say, I want to quit smoking because my doctor tells me I have to, they don't want it. Their doctor wants it, but they don't want it. So they are looking for someone to make them. And hypnosis is actually not really that magical. We can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. I mean, you may want to quit smoking, but you may not be
Deep
at
down.
the place where you're ready.
There's a
Yeah,
difference between a want and a desire to do something.
And I
that's
think
right.
that applies to weight loss as well, because
Definitely.
we were the same way. As much as we wanted to lose weight, we weren't willing to do the work to lose weight back in the day. And so it's when we actually realized that we wanted to do the work that yeah, keep going, hon.
We didn't realize that when we didn't want to do the work, that if we weren't willing to do the work, we weren't going to see the results happen. And it wasn't until we actually said, wow, we want to see the results happen and we want to see a change, that we did see success at that point in time.
That's right. Yeah, we can't make anybody do anything that they don't want to do. I mean, we can do some incredible work and we can do some incredible things with hypnosis, but if the conscious mind doesn't want the change or isn't prepared, their part of the responsibility, then that is often what happens. And smoking is very, very successful, but you have to want it. And that's where the consultation kind of comes in. We really need to weed out the people, because I have no problem turning a client away and saying, maybe we just need to give it a little bit more time, because at the end of the day, we want the client's success as much as they do. And we want to make sure that
So just
they're there first.
a follow-up question then on that. And I know this could be, I don't even know if it's impossible. So what is a recommended length of time that someone would need to come in to, let's say, quit smoking? Is it oh, I could come in a half hour and it'd be done? You know what I mean? What is legitimately something that would be, that you could see lengthwise? Someone could say, oh, I need 10 sessions in order to do it, or...
You'd be surprised. So we can actually do smoking cessation many times. We can do it in one session. And that sounds incredible, to walk in a smoker and walk out a non-smoker. But, your brain learns very quickly. I mean, when we were children and our mothers said, don't touch the burner on the stove, you're going to burn yourself. You didn't have to come back and learn that 4 times. You can, your brain picks up things very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful. So often one session for things like smoking. Sometimes we will have to bring somebody in for 3 or 4 sessions if they are much heavier smokers. I have a client that's coming up who's a 2 to 3 pack a day smoker. So we wouldn't necessarily want to take them from 3 packs a day down to 0 in an hour. That would be hard on their body. And it would be hard on just everything. So we're going to take them through more of a maintenance program. But for the most part, hypnosis is a very quick solution, to be honest.
Wow, that's
not a quick fix. Sorry.
No, I love that you said that it's a quick solution and not a quick fix, because it is not. And I mean, meaning, so let's say someone does come in, does quit, but it doesn't mean they might not go back to it. But if they come back to a session of hypnosis again, to reinstate the habits again of no longer wanting that feel, or maybe even associating what the smoking sensation does to you. Because I know for us food people, we know what food and how food makes us feel if we're having a bad day. I'm assuming for someone who's a smoker, it's that same type of idea. They go to it as a crutch or as a now become a habit, but it is that replacement of something.
That's right. That's right.
Just so everyone's aware, we were being Zoom bombed right now. So I just locked the room. So you're trying to join us on any other platform. That's why you can't get in. So
Yes.
we're trying to wait a bit before we unlock the room again.
There's a lot of inappropriate names showing up.
Exactly.
In the
So
room
I've
that we were
removed
like,
all
"Yeah."
of them. So that's why I've removed a bunch of people. So if you're trying to get in anywhere right now, that's why you can't. Give us a few minutes. We will return it back on. Okay. So Rashad, I see you on Facebook. Just wait a few seconds. I will turn it back on in a bit. Okay. Keep going, hon.
Yes.
I'll let you ask the questions because I'm dealing with this.
Definitely. So you talked not only about hypnosis, but you also mentioned Wellness Canada. So I want to talk to you about this whole Wellness Canada, which is the company that you've created.
That's
So
right. Yes.
what made you decide to all of a sudden create this company and then train other people to become hypnotists? Or is that
What's
the correct term?
What's the correct term?
Hypnotist, I don't even know if that's the correct term.
So I'm a consulting hypnotist.
A consulting hypnotist.
Consulting hypnotist, yeah. So there's different types of hypnotists in the world. So there's comedy stage hypnotists, and there are street hypnotists. So that will just go out on the street and do street magic and street hypnosis. And then there are people like myself who are more into the clinical side of things. So we're not, making people laugh and do crazy things on stage, or I don't have clients who come in and quack like a duck. Nothing like that.
Shucks.
But we opened up Wellness. I opened up Wellness Canada in 2018. And it wasn't until just this past September that we were able to open up the Wellness Canada School of Hypnosis. So that was a huge, huge step for us. We are an accredited school. So that means that we can certify and accredit other consulting hypnotists to do what we do. And the courses are 8 days long. They happen on the weekends. We are built for the working people, so you can still work and get educated to start your new career or to assist you in your current career. So we get a lot of nurses and people like that who are looking just to be able to help with things like pain management with some of their patients. And so we opened that up in September. So we're still fairly new.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. That's amazing. That's huge. Like probably something you never expected to start doing, to be honest with you.
It was something I wanted for a long time. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. COVID was kind of a bit of a blessing for us in a way, because when things kind of shut down, we went to work. We got pretty, we released a book over the COVID. We opened up the school. We got accredited, and very proud. We're very proud.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
And I'll say this, it's like, I'm listening, and I love hearing people realize their dream.
Yes.
I think that's a thing that a lot of us in this room can understand, trying to realize your dream and trying to make, some of us is losing weight. Some of us is getting through school and getting a degree. Some of us is getting that job we want. So I just love hearing a story like that. You were able to succeed and create that dream vision you had for yourself.
And you don't do this alone, if I'm not mistaken, correct, Jennifer? Like you have other professionals that work with you as well. If I'm not mistaken, there's Marty Taylor and Ken. I can't think of Ken's last name.
Marty Taylor and Grant Peckford.
Grant. Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Marty Taylor joined us about a year and a half ago. So he is a spiritual hypnotist. So he does things such as past life regression, connecting with spirits. So if you were to go to a medium, for example, and the medium were to go into that theta state and connect, we can help clients go into that theta state and do their own connecting. So he does a whole variety of spiritual hypnosis. He's very, very, very well known around here for that. And Grant Peckford is a life coach. So we kind of have the full circle, and they're wonderful to work with. Absolutely amazing.
And I thought that was so cool that when we talked to you, because Jennifer, we did not know originally when we spoke to you that there was you had life coaches involved in your practice. So when we're studying to be life coaches, and I was like, what a really cool idea to have this whole mental hypnosis state, but then also bring in this life coaching and working at these two things together simultaneously. So how would that work? Like, do they see a life coach and a hypnotist, or like how do those two things work together simultaneously?
Well, actually, Grant is fairly new he just joined us in February. So we
wow.
are just kind
Very
of
new.
very new.
Yeah, that's awesome.
we are rolling out the red carpet for him. He's very, very well known in our community. He's been a life coach for 30 years. Actually, he was part of Weight Watchers for about 30 years or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Weight Watchers people in here, and that's like, oh, really? Whoa.
Absolutely. It was just perfect. Yeah. He's very well known, very well respected. And when we met with him about bringing him in, it was a perfect fit. He also kind of complemented things that maybe I wasn't super comfortable, like in areas I wasn't super comfortable working in. So he kind of filled those gaps for us. So that way, everyone was supported in our community and there wasn't kind of anything being missed. But even though I'm not necessarily a certified life coach, I do a lot of coaching, which is where the consulting hypnotist comes from. So I can do the hypnosis. And then when, for example, if we're doing smoking or even weight management, we spend time together after the hypnosis, just talking about goal setting and all of the tools that they're going to want to take home with them. And then we teach them how to use self-hypnosis themselves so they can really empower themselves in areas of their life in other areas of their life that they want to work on.
So how can someone because a lot of people in this room are about weight loss and it's about, being healthy and making different choices. What does a session with a hypnosis look for someone wanting to lose weight?
What does it look like?
Yeah, give us an idea of what that could look like, if you don't mind, in Cole's notes, of course.
In Cole's notes? Okay, so someone would come into the office. We would spend a little bit of time talking about their goals and what they're looking to achieve, some of the struggles that they've had and what, we always have time for the journey, talk about what has worked and what hasn't worked. And then once we kind of get an idea about just really about what the client needs, because every one of our sessions are very personalized to each and every person who walks through the door, because none of us are the same. We all go home to different environments and different families and different stresses at work and that kind of stuff. So we do about an hour of hypnotherapy. So we're going to get you nice and comfortable. At our office, we treat you like it's a spa. So you come in, you get covered in a nice heated blanket. We get your body nice and relaxed. Oh gosh, you don't want to leave when you're done. It's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah. And then we do the hypnotherapy, which is just absolutely incredible. The hypnotherapy it takes about 40 minutes or so to do. And then when you come out, you're very receptive. So you feel really good. You feel really light. You notice a change right away in the way that you feel. And the experience that you've just had is a very deeply personal therapeutic experience. So you've really had a chance to go inside yourself and ask yourself some very, very important questions. And then we go through the coaching, and the coaching is just all your tools. So how to manage situations, how to manage stress, how to turn this into a lifestyle change, not a diet.
I love that. And right there, that's the thing that we preach all the time, because again, if you are only trying to make a quick fix, that quick fix might work for a bit, but then you're going to go right back to your old habits. So I love the chain lifestyle change, because that's what us and this group is all about. It's all about building these new habits and these new things that'll make you successful in the long run. And I just a question in chat too.
Definitely. And I just want to ask one more question for you, if you don't mind, about the session. So is this a conversation that's happening while the person is hypnotized, or is it more of the hypnotist is asking questions and the person is in silent, just like thinking to themselves? Like I'm like, or does it go both ways? Where sometimes the person isn't saying anything at all, or sometimes they're verbal diarrhea. Because I could just see myself being in a hypnosis mode and never shutting the hell up.
You don't stop talking.
Neither do you. So I wouldn't go there.
I've been pretty quiet the last
Neither do
while.
you. Yeah, that's because you were kicking people out of the room.
It's a little column A and a little column B.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest. So in some of the work that we do, it's a very deeply internal, personal experience where the client is asking themselves questions and they're not necessarily doing a whole lot of talking to us. Because to be honest, when we get you into that relaxed state and we relax every muscle in your face and every muscle in your body, a lot of people don't want to talk. They don't even want to move their mouth. And so sometimes you can ask someone a question and you might get one word out of them. And it's sometimes difficult to kind of pull information out of people. Then we do other types of sessions where we do very much verbalize back and forth, and we ask questions. What are you seeing? What are you experiencing? Because it allows us to take them to the next step.
And
Gotcha. Clients are different. Some of them are very, very chatty, and I would say more of them are not. But we can get some chatter bugs, and that's okay.
In person yet. So I love that answer, because it's true. Like, I guess each experience is different, right? And that
everybody's different.
Because I know that's one of the things that we kind of have a problem with, is that we're very chatty. So even when we do our coaching sessions with our friends, it's like the first 15 minutes, like, blah, 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 blah. Maybe we should start coaching now. That's what happened today with our coaching, we did with our other peer today. It's like the first 15 minutes, it's like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, maybe we should practice now. Yeah. So yeah, we have the gift of the gab. So I did have a question in chat for you. Someone asked, Jose asked, does the session have to be in person for the hypnosis?
The session does not need to be in person. So we can do it online. We can do it over the telephone, which I've never done, but you could.
It's an option.
So when you say online, meaning more like a Zoom chat room, or
Exactly.
like a chat room, private chat room of any sort.
That's right. So I work with a lot of clients, I would say Canada-wide, but I've kind of gone worldwide at this point. So we can work with anyone. The premise really is we get the client to close their eyes and listen to our voice. And we're going to walk you through the process. So whether you are sitting, 6 feet away from me in a chair, listening to my voice and doing exactly what I ask you to do, or if you're on the other side of the screen, sitting in a nice comfortable chair with your eyes closed, listening to my voice, or if you have earbuds in and you're on the telephone with me. Now, with the telephone, I mean, I'd prefer to be able to see their face, so I can kind of see where they are in their trance state, and if there's any complications or if there's any kind of physical things that I want to watch out for, so there's no app reactions. But yeah, it's perfectly acceptable to do it over the telephone, and it all works the same.
And so someone could come, like, as far as session goes, if someone decides, hey, I want to try this out, like, how does that work? If someone says, yeah, I want to try this out, but I don't know if it works for me, do they just get one session? Do they like purchase multiple sessions? How does that work exactly?
Everybody's different. So if they want to try, so let's just answer that question. Does it work for me? Can I ask?
I love that question. Look at you guys. Everybody's going like asking your own questions. Who needs us?
Everyone's nodding. Everyone's like, yeah, well, that's a good question. These bad interviewers.
So the truth is, hypnosis works on everybody. Now, if you're talking about a stage show, that's a little bit different. So usually stage shows, it's about 30% of the population, because there's a lot going on. When you're on a stage, you're worrying about, is the hypnotist going to make a fool out of me? What is going to happen? I have all these people watching me. There's a lot going on. In some ways, that actually works to the hypnotist's advantage, that you're a little bit nervous. But a lot of people can't go into that trance state that quickly, that fast, on stage with an audience watching them. And it's unfortunate, because when they bring them up on stage, they'll bring up maybe 25 people and then send back about 20 back to their chairs. And they're left with the cream of the crop. And that's wonderful. But those 20 people that go back to their seats kind of have this internal feeling like, I can't be hypnotized. It didn't work for me. Maybe I can't be hypnotized. So in that type of a situation, it's about 30%. But in a clinical setting, because it's a natural state, and because it's something that we go in and out of all day long, everyone can be hypnotized. And some just take a little bit longer than others.
Wow, I love that. I love the fact that you disassembled the fact that people who thought they couldn't be hypnotized could actually be hypnotized, but because of the environment, has a huge effect on him. And yeah, who would want to be like, not everybody can be hypnotized in front of like hundreds of people. It's not a comfortable state to be in as well. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I thought you were going to say something.
I'm still dealing with the room right now. This just to say, there's interesting people trying to get in. If you guys saw the names that are coming in. Yes. So keep going on, please.
Wow, yeah, I just saw another name. I have plenty gay friends, by the way. My friends are all gay. They're all happy people. Woohoo! So I have another question, not even a question, but I want to hear about this like coloring book that you co-wrote.
Oh,
Like,
yes. So,
and I think Michelle might really like this. Hint, 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 Michelle.
Oh, good, Michelle. Okay, so this is our 21-day quit smoking adult coloring book. Let me get it in the frame here. Currently, this is on Amazon. And the 21-day quit smoking coloring book is basically a tool, just an add-on to some of the work that we do. We want to give everyone the opportunity when they quit smoking to have something to do with their hands and keep their brain and mind focused. Yep.
She's knitting.
Absolutely.
She's knitting.
When I was first starting out, there was an exercise that I did with a class that they brought us all to a room and said, we want you to sit down at this table and we want you to color, but we want you to think about your problems at the same time. And you quickly realized as a room very quickly that you really couldn't do that. You could do one or the other. So you would have to stop coloring, think about your problem, and then put it away and go back to what you're doing. But you can't do both at once because our conscious mind, although our subconscious mind can do thousands, if not, more than thousands of things at a time, our conscious mind can't. It can only do a few things. So by keeping your hands busy, by keeping your mind busy when you're trying to quit smoking, it's very helpful. This book also gives you all kinds of little kind of tips and tricks through the 21 days. And the point of the 21 days is it takes 21 days to form a new habit. Yep. So we want to give you something to do throughout that 21-day span. So when things kind of slowed down at COVID, it had always been on my bucket list of things I wanted to do. We're also going to be releasing one for weight management. So that will be coming soon.
Oh, cool. I love that. That's such a cool idea.
And it's funny because like we both play games on our iPads that do that for us. Like they make us concentrate on what's going on the iPad instead of snacking, because we're big snackers. And right now, since January, we've been trying to really focus on having 2 snacks a night, one a popcorn snack, one a sweet dessert snack.
Happened last night.
Not last night, but I mean Monday to Friday.
I had M&Ms.
Yeah, he had M&Ms. I
They
had
were
chips.
yummy.
But Monday to Friday, we try to stick to that pattern. And what's been helping is playing these games. Like I play Happy Color. I play this like merging game. I focus so much on that. By the time I'm done, I'm like, I didn't eat anything.
I'm not hungry.
I'm not hungry.
I don't need that snack that I originally had.
Yeah.
So it's almost the same idea as the smoking. I was going to ask another question you were talking about the conscious mind not being able to do multiple things at the same time. And it's funny because as humans, what do we all think we need to do? Multitask. We need to be multitaskers. We need to do everything at once and we need to do as many things as we possibly can. But it's been a proven fact that when you multitask, you don't get anything done. You actually do a little bit of everything, but never actually accomplish anything. You don't accomplish anything. So I love the fact that understanding this whole idea of the conscious mind doesn't allow you to do many things all at once. And it allows you to focus in on specific parts of your journey, which is what we all need to do.
Yeah. And I like I said, I love the idea of, again, keeping your mind busy. And I think, and I'll be completely honest with all of you today.
He lies all the time, actually.
I'm always pretty honest, actually. Today was, we were very busy all day.
Oh.
We had people over. Then we taught
a step class.
Taught a step class. We made lunch. We had a meeting for P3. Then we actually did 2 coaching sessions. And then we came on to set up for the show. But what did we do all day? We didn't eat all day. And again, it's because we were always busy and keeping ourselves occupied all day that food never once crossed our mind until dinner time. I was like, time to eat dinner.
And it's funny that we would have thought we were multitasking, but we weren't. It was one task after another.
But that's the thing. If you keep yourself occupied, and I think that's what your coloring book does as well, is it makes you focus on something else during that moment where you might want to crave that cigarette, that snack, that food that you're not supposed to indulge in at that time. So
I have another question. I do. Shocker. And it was actually thought that was the question that Jose had asked originally, because I meant to ask it because I was like, what a cool question. Her question was about doing it online. But I thought she was asking, can more than one person be hypnotized at the same time? Like do a have you ever hypnotized a couple together, wanted to do it together? Is that something that you would either consider doing or no, or something that's never been done?
Poof, you're orange.
Yeah.
Group hypnosis is very, very popular. I used to do resorts. I used to go to resorts, which was just beautiful to be able to do hypnosis
on the beach,
water. Everybody's on vacation and already relaxed and feeling good and just looking for a good experience. But yeah, absolutely. We have couples who come in, so husbands and wives who want to quit smoking at the same time. Couples who come in who want to start their weight management journey together, so they can just start from square one, right?
I love that term, by the way, weight management journey. That's a cool term, Jennifer. I've never heard that before. So thank you for using that. I think that's a pretty cool term.
We also use weight release a lot because, you know, I don't know if that's a common one. You never want to lose it because you end up finding what you lose eventually. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. But it really works well when you have couples come in together and then they have the same mindset when they leave.
Mm-hmm. Right. And we always talk about the fact that we weren't successful till we were on the same mindset. Everybody says, oh, you're a couple. It must have been easy to figure that out. We tried for years together to lose weight and we were never successful. It wasn't until we actually had a frank conversation. What do you need to be successful? What do I need? Let's create something together so that we can work together at this. And then it started working for us.
I heard whiny, not what I need. I was like, who's whiny? I'm not whiny. What are you talking about?
Wow. You're not that one. You drink a lot of wine.
I do drink a lot. I haven't.
No, I haven't.
No, but I like that idea of group sessions. I think that's something cool too, because it could be a very different experience as well. But I don't know if I'd want to be hypnotized with you.
Why? What do you think would happen?
I don't know. Maybe the skeletons in his closets would be released. No, I know them all anyways.
Now, when we do group sessions, so earlier your question was, do you do a lot of conversing with the client under hypnosis? So we would do less conversing with the client in a group session because everyone is going through their own journey, their own experiences, and they're seeing different things when they are being hypnotized. So, what one person is seeing, the other person may not be. So we keep it very generalized when we do groups, but still very successful.
I love that. That's so cool. Mind-boggling when you really think about it. Now I want to go. I want to go to your school. I want to go get hypnotized.
I want to ask a question, but I don't know if it's been asked because I've been so multitasking and not been able to pay attention because all these people are flooding a room.
No.
Has that been asked yet?
I don't remember if I asked it, but let me
ask it after that.
Let me ask my question first.
Okay.
Let's say I don't really know if I have something that I want to work on, but I want to come in to get the feeling of what it's like to be hypnotized. Like, is it beneficial for someone to just want to come in to get the experience? Like,
absolutely. Yes. We have a program that's called Relaxation for the Mind. Relaxation for the Mind. Yes, that's what it's called. I should have think about it. Well, in all honesty, most people do come for a purpose. So we actually did some promotion at Christmas time, and we did some free sessions around the community just for that reason, because hypnosis has a very strange perception in the world.
It does.
A lot of people learn through hypnosis from what they see in movies. It always kind of has a negative or a scary connotation.
Look into my medallion, and I will. It takes.
If you actually Google hypnotist on Google right now, you will see nothing but creepy guys with creepy eyes dangling a watch and looking terrifying. So it wouldn't surprise me that people come in unsure, not knowing what to expect, afraid that somebody's going to get inside their mind and learn all their secrets and do some weird things. But it's very relaxing and it's very.
Oh, you got muted there for a second there, Jen. Sorry.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know.
There we go. You're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. That sounds like the normal thing of the last 2 years. Can you hear me? Am I muted? Am I unmuted? What happened? What's going on?
So I do have a question for you, Jennifer. So how can someone become a hypnotist?
Oh, well, so great question. So we have courses that happen on the weekends. It's an 8-day course. It's an intensive course. But you will get lots of practice, lots of in-house training. And when you leave, you feel comfortable. But the more incredible thing about it all is there's over 500 things that you can use hypnosis for. And it's crazy to think in 8 days that we can cover all of it, but we can. And clients or students walk out confident, feeling really, really good about what they're doing. And they always have support with the school. So we will always be involved. We are always here to walk anybody through their careers, through their journey as a hypnotist. And but it really is just about registering for we do classes online. Actually, the classes that will be coming online won't be until May. But right now we have a hypnosis in-person course starting March 19th. And Marty will actually be teaching a past life regression hypnosis practitioner course.
Wow.
That is amazing. And that's only a 4-day course. And that is on April the 30th. So we have a couple seats left for each of the classes, and they're both in person.
Someone in chat said she really appreciates the information. This is our lovely friend, Leslie. She's actually a life coach. And she's like, thank you so much for the information, because she had to admit, all she could think of was the creepy guy. And you don't look like no creepy guy with like googly eyes.
No.
Like, honestly, I would be like, wow, she's my hypnosis. She's gorgeous, like, but I think what's really nice is like getting rid of these ideas of what we think is. Someone's asking where you're located as well. They're saying, are you in Toronto? I don't believe you're in Toronto, but you aren't too far.
I'm not far from Toronto. So I'm in a little town called Sutton West, Ontario. And so we are, if anyone knows where Newmarket is, we're about 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
There's a lot of new marketers around.
A lot of new marketers.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we have both our offices in Sutton, and our school is located at the same branch. So it's really easy to get to. And again, we're always online. So anybody who is just a little bit too far away and can't come for service in person, we can do it online just as easily.
And as far as pricing goes, would you recommend someone reach out to you for pricing and how that works? Or
I would, yes, because everything's different and everyone is different. But we keep things very affordable at our office. Hypnosis it very much fluctuates, so we are nowhere near the high end. I'll just put it that way. But everyone is more, and you can always visit our website, because we have all of our prices on our. And they can.
And what is that?
There.
What
Can you? How can people
what
find
is that
you?
website,
Like, how can
madame?
people find
That's
you?
important
And
information.
yeah.
Wellnesscanada.ca.
And also you can find them on Facebook with Wellness Canada, and you can also
Yep.
find them on Instagram with Wellness Canada.
Another
Yep.
great question. Do insurance companies cover hypnosis? Do you know?
So currently they don't. In Canada, currently they don't. We're still working on that. It's been a very slow crawl of a process, but
I bet.
we're still working on that. Yeah, but not currently, no.
Okay.
And then go ahead. No, keep going.
I was just going to say, there are some companies that do offer wellness packages. So people can go and do whatever they need to better themselves, but that is a very small window of places that offer that. But
they have like a wellness spending account
that's right.
that they can use on different aspects. I have. Well, I don't, but I do have that, and my company does offer that. Yeah.
But you don't anymore. I'm on his insurance.
He's on my insurance.
I don't work there anymore.
So I don't have it anymore.
So he doesn't have it anymore.
So as far as the spiritual sessions that you were speaking of, are those in person or on? Are they both offered in person and online, or just in? Both in both. Excellent.
Both in person and online. Absolutely. And sometimes it's really fun when you do it online with people. I will always prefer to do in person. It's just really nice to connect with people. But the benefit to doing it from home is you can show up in your pajamas if you want.
Business on top, naked on. Pajamas on the bottom. Oh yeah, I sleep naked. So
now the only downside to doing it online is we want to make sure that the environment that they're doing it in is conducive to the work that they're doing. So for example, if you are at home and you have a dog that needs to go pee in the middle of your session and they start whining at the door or crying to go out, there will be like an interruption if there's a lot of noise around you. Now, noise doesn't always particularly matter, but there are distractions that will keep your focus, maybe paying attention to what's happening out in the kitchen versus the session that you're having. So just making sure that that's conducive. We always want to make sure that you're in a chair that supports your neck so you're nice and comfortable. But as long as you kind of have all of the checks list, everything checked off on your list to make sure that everything is perfect in the way that you want it, it works great.
You just made me think of another question. You keep making me think of these questions, Jennifer. Like, I think you got me hypnotized or something. No, I'm just being silly. But you said something that in my mind, and this is funny, this is me thinking you would come into so at home you're sitting, but in the office, you tend to be laying down more, or are you still sitting if you're doing an in-person session?
So we actually have like a wingback chair, if you know what that is.
Yep.
So we use wingback chairs. The reason we don't lay clients down flat is because a lot of the time the brain will associate laying down with sleep. And so hypnosis is very different from sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So where hypnosis is a state of complete focus and total relaxation, we don't want you drifting off into slumber. So we want to keep you as upright as possible to stop that from happening.
Gotcha.
And so it would be more of a chair. We do have your feet up, so you're nice and comfortable. You do feel like you're stretched out and comfortable, but we don't want you laying down flat necessarily.
No, I'm glad. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I never even thought about that until you said, if you're laying down, you're probably going to just.
I fell asleep in my massage last week for one of the first times ever because I don't sleep in massages. I guess I was exhausted, but she woke me up and I drool everywhere. I'm like, whoa, what happened? It never really happens to me. I was like, whoa, what happened today? Well, I have one question from chat as well. Jeff in chat asked, how do I know I could benefit from hypnosis? How do you know this is something for you?
That's a good question. How do you know that you would benefit? I think that if you have, I guess it depends on what you're trying to achieve. Hypnosis is just a process of having that internal fight that's happening inside of you to kind of work with you. So if you've ever felt like you have that you know that you don't want to eat that chocolate bar, but here you are eating the chocolate bar. So there's that internal fight happening inside of your head. We just kind of get everything working together on the same path for you. So if you feel like you have that internal battle that's happening, hypnosis is really moving that around a little bit, helping you achieve your goal a little bit quicker and a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortably.
Awesome.
If that's helpful.
And then the last question we have for you, and I know that's exactly what I'm asking.
That's what I wanted to ask too.
What brings you joy from doing what you do?
Everything.
Aww.
This is my passion. You don't work when you love what you do. You just don't.
Oh, I love that.
I love that. I love hearing that. And again, I guess this comes back to earlier, you having your dream come true.
And it's obvious it's your passion of yours just by the way you speak of it and how you shine when you talk about this. It's just amazing that I love seeing people doing what they love to do.
I will never stop being amazed at the effectiveness of hypnosis. So let's just talk about the effectiveness alone, because when I first got into this career, I thought, there are going to be people that have wild success, and then there are going to be people who perhaps don't. There's always going to be a balance there.
Naturally.
But let me tell you, that bar moved significantly for me when I started seeing how many people, people were losing 80 pounds in just a few sessions. People were quitting smoking in one session, and not just a few people. They were all quitting smoking. They were all, shedding weight. It was, and how do you not enjoy seeing that? How do you not enjoy seeing people come out of trance with a big smile on their face saying,
this is why we do this. This is why we do our shows as well. It's because it's the feeling of, we get excited to see everyone every week. We get excited to see people telling us, oh my God, I've been following you guys and I've lost X number of weight, or I can walk now, I can do this. And so I get that feeling.
And we want to reiterate why we brought Jennifer here today was because we love to have people look at what's going on in their life and realize that there's not one way to do this journey the right way. There's no right way. There's no right way. There's no wrong way either.
That's right.
There's just the way for you. And if it's something that you've been doing and struggling for the longest time and nothing's been working, try something different. And if it doesn't work the first time, try something else and then maybe go back to it, because I think it's all about where you are mentally at that specific time of your journey.
That's right.
Jennifer, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You were amazing.
You're amazing. I don't know what nerves. You're a natural at this.
You need to be on a podcast. You have a beautiful voice too.
Jennifer, I'm actually going to tag you in our group today. I'll try to remember to post because there's more questions coming up in chat from people. So there's no time to go through all of them. So if people have questions for Jennifer, I will post in our group a thing called Ask Jennifer a question, because I know my mom asked a question about anxiety. So I'll tag my mom in that post so she can actually put her question in there, and then you can actually reply to her. But I want to thank you so much just for agreeing to do this with us. I know you were nervous, but you did amazing. You were so good.
Everybody, a round of applause for Jennifer. Woo! Thank you so much for being here, especially on Super Bowl
Sunday. Is that the one that they yell for and they
hut? It's the one with the kitties. I thought there was cats involved in the Super Bowl. The Pussycat Dolls were there one year, weren't they? They were? I don't know.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, and have a great night. And we're gonna end the show now.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you guys for having me on your show.
You're so welcome.
You guys are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You're amazing. Work you're doing.
You'll probably see us in a session one day. I want to try it. I definitely want to go try it. So maybe there'll be a TikTok.
A TikTok.
Not during the session, but on our way to the session.
Maybe.
Or in the office. I'll be like,
Thanks, Jennifer.
Thanks, guys. You have a good night.
You too. Okay, so I want to say something that's funny that happened during the chat. So, yes, we were Zoom bombed.
Multiple
times. Like, I mean, that's
there
why
was a Karen. There was a nice, lovely little older lady
that wasn't.
I know it wasn't, but like they tried really hard.
Were really good at trying. They're still trying now.
They're
still trying now, and I've been pretty good at not. Karen, thank you, Kim and Rosie, for being on.
They
top
have
of it
been
tonight,
on the ball.
They've been letting booting people out, so none of them come bug us.
Was there one named Harry something?
Yes, there was some very funny ones. At one point, if you saw Kim and Rosie,
we'll have to talk about it after we're not live, because we don't want to say these things.
Yes, I want to say these things.
They were inappropriate names, let's say.
And so I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for being here tonight. I know it's a very popular TV night, so to see this many people joining us, we want to thank you all and share our news. So you want to go down and share all that?
That's where we're going. So excellent. We have more amazing guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. Well, next week, a pretty amazing guest is coming. She's here with us tonight. Michelle is going to be here.
She's right here.
She's right there. Let's spotlight Michelle. She's going to be talking to us about her amazing transformation, her amazing journey, what she's been going through. This is the Michelle that's been talking about trying to quit smoking as well. So just letting you know. But that's okay. No, never say never. But right now, it's not meant to be.
Exactly.
And we will never judge you for that, Michelle.
Exactly.
Never. And she's going to be talking to us about her amazing journey and her amazing transformation. And it's a huge one.
It's a huge transformation.
Wow, amazing. And then in the week after, February 27th, we have Kevin Martin Carter. He was here last week. He was one of the guests. He was not a guest. He was a participant last week. And he'll be with us and telling us about his transformation.
He used to be over three.
And he's done this like 3 or 4 times now, where he's lost over 100 pounds several times in his journey.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to speaking to him, and him and his husband have quite an interesting journey together on this. Then
on March 6th.
Oh, that girl's coming on March 6th. Oh, we're stuck with Kim.
Kim's coming on March 6th.
We can't wait to talk to Kim.
So Kim, our newest blogger, about her life as a migrainer. So we're going to touch on her journey with her migraines, as well as her wellness and chronic pain all the time. And also her wellness journey. How's that tied together, and how that's been impacting her own life all these years. And so we're going to touch that with her. And you guys know her. She's been around.
She should have asked about migraines and hypnosis.
Oh,
I never even thought about that.
Maybe I'll post the question.
Look at me thinking about you, Kim. Look at me. So we can't wait to talk to Kim about that. And then another special guest in this, I honestly, I'm going to get choked up with this one. But on March 13th, my dearest, my childhood friend Shannon is going to be here, and she sent us an email
with her full story of what she's gone through
since 2018, and she's a cancer patient, and she's gone through a hysterectomy, a double mastectomy. She barely has any organs in her body, but the last set message on her email was, "There's always love, life, hope, and happiness." And that these words are just impacted in my brain. And every time now I see her name and tears come, and they're not sad tears, they're tears of happiness and joy, because she is one of the most inspiring people I know. And I cannot believe that she's going to come talk to us about this and be very open and candid about her story. And I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for all of you to meet this person. I think it will be an absolutely amazing, amazing session.
On March 20th, we have Susan Edwards, who is a WW coach and has had multiple heart surgeries. And so she'll be sharing her story with us on March 20th. And March 27th, we have our real estate agent,
who is deaf,
Tristan, and will be joining us with his business partner, Samantha. And they'll be joining us to talk about how life is being a deaf real estate agent, or just being deaf in general in life.
Just being part of a deaf person in a hearing world, in a hearing dominated profession.
And I want to talk about something to you guys. So when I met Jean-Luc, I saw interpreters on screen. I saw what happened, but I never really understood the life that deaf people go through, their culture, what happens. And so and we're going to be going through that during that session to make you really see how life is different. Not even different, just how they cope and deal and have to adapt in their own lives to be able to fit within our world.
And deaf people, anybody with a disability does not feel broken. And yet us people who don't have normal, make them feel that way. Exactly. or portray that idea of them being broken, because that's all we know. We don't know any different, right? So it'll be really interesting to have that come from an actual deaf person, and he's amazing. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, and we'll actually have our friend Pam interpreting that night.
Pam will be here interpreting that night.
So we'll actually have an interpreter that night. So it's gonna be a fun
Jennifer
night.
Just got all excited. She's like, Pam's gonna be there.
And we have guests lined up also all of April already. And we're going to have guests in May, because this is what our show is now. So if you have an interesting story, or you know someone that has an interesting story that's gone through something or has lost a lot of weight,
it could be a funny thing,
an adventure they've been on. They've been on a trip around the world. Yes. Anything. We want to hear.
Oh my goodness, you just gave me an idea.
Our neighbor. Yeah, our neighbor. Anyways, we want to make sure that we want to share these stories, because we feel that by sharing people's stories, we all get to realize how strong we all are. Like, hearing these stories of what people are going through, how they've realized their dreams, or how they're still coping with things in their life, makes you feel, things that can happen for me as well. So we want to thank you all for joining us on this Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
On screen, you have all of our social media stuff. Our website will be changing soon.
Very soon.
There is heads up. You have not shared the screen that shows all your information. So you might have the information, but we can't see it.
There it is.
You didn't like seeing our pretty faces?
No, I'm tired of seeing your pretty faces.
Shut up, Rosie.
So here's now our information. Yes, our website is going to be changing soon. We're going to make it more interactive. You'll get to see stuff. Our recipes will be on the main page. We're going to have our cookbook is coming. We've had people ask us when. We don't know exact dates yet, but just say things are being worked on.
We're working on it.
And
Ben Dover's trying to get in.
Yeah, see what I mean? We're still being Zoom bombed right now. We're still being Zoom bombed.
That made me laugh.
Because you do think that those names are really going to work, right? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do this right now. Bye-bye, people. Okay, there we go.
So we're really looking forward to all the changes that are coming. We
want our website to be a central place for all of you to get your wellness information and inspiration. So we're going to try to we're going to be building how-to guides.
Yes.
We're going to be starting our life coaching. So you can actually be able to book appointments with us for life coaching on our website.
Yeah, as of April.
So,
and then we're also going to be not opening it up, but allowing or introducing you to other life coaches as well, which you might be able to work with, because it's not just about us. There are so many other people out there, and you need to find your fit.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe life coaching isn't a thing you need. Maybe hypnosis is, who knows? And we want you to be able to find that information at the end of your fingertips.
So we want to thank everyone again for being with us tonight. Have a great end of your Sunday. And
go enjoy some wings.
Some wings?
Yeah, it's Super Bowl.
Always with wings?
No, that's a whole other.
I wanted to say one more thing before we go.
Oh, no.
There was a funny thing in chat during this conversation, and I have to share it. Ann Chandler, you made me giggle and almost laugh out loud, because she was looking forward to the coloring boob. She had a typo in her, and I almost spit out my drink when I saw that because I was laughing out loud. So thank you so much, everybody. And on that note, have a great night.
Oh, wait, one more.
What? 3, 2, 1, go.
We're not even on camera for that.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.